Hey, how's it going? So this week I did some forced perspective photography. If you don't know what that is, it's where you take an object and you make it look bigger or smaller than actually what it is in the frame. So you would, if it has a smaller object, you'd put it nearer to the camera lens. If it's a larger object, you put it further away, and depending on what you want to shoot or what you're doing, you can make them look the same size. For this instance, I was using small models and I was making them look bigger than they actually are, which I'll show you the photographs in a minute. I was filming down at Limpet Bay, which is next to Aberthaw Power Station, which has been decommissioned for about 7-8 years. It's got a pumping station in the middle of the sea. I'll show you a picture here. And it looks like something out of Star Wars to me, like some hut they would live in. Because it's Halloween coming up, I wanted to do some type of horror thing. I have got these horror figures that I used in some of my stop motion videos. If you don't know, I'm a music composer and producer, which I've been doing that since the mid 90s, and one of the genres I produce is synthwave, and I decided, because it's synthwave is quite 80s aesthetic, I wanted some 80s characters. I used to grow up watching these films, 80s horror films, I love them. So that was one of the first test shots. Looks pretty good, I'm quite pleased with that. Come out quite well. I haven't done much grading on it, it's quite green. You can see a lot of the sort of green in the bottom of the wall and stuff. The second one, I graded this with a bit of red. It's classic horror, isn't it? And I'm really pleased with this photo. Looks really cool. And it's got a nice haze about it because the sun, it was backlit. So backlighting stuff gives you that sort of classic film look, sort of cinematic look. I did take my film camera with me. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did take my film camera, but this is digital using the Fuji X-T5 because I wanted to do so many experimental shots. I didn't want to waste film, and I haven't developed the film shots I took, so hopefully they will come out quite cool. This shot here, I experimented with focusing him at the front and focusing at the back. So I did two shots, which is called focus bracketing, where it's a way of fooling the eye, because when we see things, they don't go out of focus so quickly like they do with a camera, especially when you're using a wide aperture. They're more of we see things fade gradually out of focus. So what I wanted to do was I took one shot of him on a tripod, really close, then another shot of the background, and I basically tried to merge the photographs together so it all looked fairly much in focus. And yeah, it sort of came out okay. It's pretty cool. You know, this is all a bit of fun and experimenting. Cool, it looks great. It's got grain on it because I shot on a Fujifilm X-T5, and it's got some great film simulations on there. Really good look. I'm really pleased with that one. Yeah, this one is brilliant because the forced perspective on this is perfect. You can't tell that that fence is, 8 foot. You can't tell that he's only this big. He's tiny. But he's coming towards the camera, really really good. I've put a bit of grading on it to make it look red. Yeah, super pleased with that. Yeah, it looks really cool. And then I got my missus, just for a laugh, to stand fairly close to him, and it's not quite super realistic. You can see in that first shot there, I took his sword away, not his sword, his machete, just so he looked like he was grabbing her, but it didn't quite work. I should have actually moved his arm nearer to her, but the problem is I was trying to be quick because this dog walker's coming, and I've got this tripod. It's very narrow, and I got this tripod and a board with him on it, and people can't get by, and it's pretty embarrassing for a grown bloke to be playing with models anyway. So yeah, so this second one, perspective looks a bit better. It's pretty cool, and I've got other models that I've been looking for some place to do. I've got RoboCop, because I love this film. I saw it when I was a teenager and love it. And I got I won't dig him out now, but I got a Big Ed 209 that I built model. And I also took this little This little zombie character, I mean, he's got to be about 6 inches tall, tiny little thing. He's quite detailed. I bought him for a few quid because he's broken on eBay years ago. These came out really well. I mean, look at that. I've graded it with a bit of red. Again, the backlight has come around him and making him look sort of slightly, I don't know, just a bit of a sort of haze around the whole thing. He's reaching out towards the camera. He's literally just stood on a tripod. You can't really tell unless you look for it that he's tiny. I mean, the size of the fence gives it away. But then security fences can be any height, so who knows. The last shot of this type, I did play with a bit of motion blur as well to make it look like he's actually attacking or moving, which is quite cool. Some good effects there, but yeah, you don't really look. Oh, that fence is a bit big, isn't it? That's not quite right. The last photo I'm going to show you is I had this model AT-AT, and I mean it is this big. It's tiny. It's a tiny little thing, and I put him on the wall and just shot him against the backdrop of the sea. If you weren't looking for it, and you can't really tell how big he is. I could put a little sort of guy by his foot just to fool you into thinking he's massive. But the reason is, and I didn't get this shot properly, I may do it again, is because of this pumping station, it just looks so much like, I don't know, like a Star Wars landscape to me. I haven't watched Star Wars for a long time, but yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, this was really good fun. I got some amazing photos yesterday, not just the forced perspective stuff, but I found some really good locations down there. If you've done anything like this, let me know and send me the link on Instagram or whatever. I'd like to see what you've done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.